Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. I hope you're having a fantastic, amazing day and all that. Lots of people are waiting, apparently, and we want to go into this right now. David, how are you doing?
Yo. Just got back. Headed out to record a bunch of videos with Al Fadi. That dude will work you to death. And matter of fact, this actually leads into the topic. So, Wednesday, gosh, it's all a blur now. So Wednesday night, I had to write a letter for my brother who's being sentenced on Monday for some old drug charges. So I asked if I needed to be there, and they said, no, just write a letter. So anyway, I was writing the letter. I normally stay up at night with my kids and then sleep during the day, but they gave me a plane ticket for 5:30 in the morning. And then I got to the studio in the morning, and they said, when do you normally sleep? I said, right now, as we're starting to record. But then we recorded videos all day long and then headed back to sleep at night. Couldn't sleep because that's not when I sleep. And then next day, and the entire time I'm recording these videos on lots on Muhammad and Aisha, and lots on the spiritual issues. The whole time, people are bombarding the comment section. Why haven't you condemned the attack on Sheikh Uthman? Well, how could you not condemn this, David? Is it because you approve it? You approve of these attacks? And it's like, what the heck are you guys talking about, man? I don't even know what they're talking about. And then of course, people send me a clip saying that it was a road rage incident, and then we briefly discussed it while we were live, and you said the dude was saying something about him being a terrorist or something like that. So anyway, I have not even seen the clip yet. It's all been a blur for the past couple of days.
You haven't even seen
traveling.
The clip?
I've not watched
your friend gets attacked and you don't even watch the video.
I was literally in the studio recording video after video after that. Al Fadi will work you to death, man. You finish one, he's like, all right, let's go to the next one.
I know, I'm aware. The thing is, I just asked you a very simple question. I said, how are you doing, David? And you gave me your whole life story. It's like,
yeah, but that's how I'm doing right now. So I got back last night after not sleeping for 2.5 days, and then pow.
Yeah. I get it. No, that was good. That was interesting.
I did sleep. I did sleep today though. So I'm pretty good. I'm good.
Did you eat?
Yep.
Good.
I ate and slept, so I'm good. I'm good now. I'm ready.
That's good. Fantastic.
But last night it was low energy for condemnation, right? Now I'm high energy. I'm ready to condemn some stuff. I'm ready to condemn some attacks and stabbings and stuff. So let's get to it.
I heard about this, actually, the whole stabbing incident on 23rd, the day it happened, in the evening. I just saw a screenshot, and at first I didn't know what to think and didn't react to it. I thought, okay, I'll just wait for more details, and I was really busy. So the next day I decided to look it up as soon as I got up in the morning, and saw that he was indeed stabbed and all that. And then I made a tweet in which I said that this is stupid and all that. And then I saw that he uploaded a video in which he specifically called out you and me, and I thought, dude, what the why would you do that? So then I made a response video in which I responded in a little bit more detail. But I want to talk about a lot of things.
Is the video where he's calling us out, is that the video where he was talking about the stabbing, or is that he posted a separate video?
No, it's the video
the main video where he's talking about being stabbed.
Yes, the main
video calls
video.
out us.
Yes, he mentions us to you and
yes.
Me.
Gosh, you think we're in his head much, where he gets stabbed and it's David Wood and the Apostate Prophet? I have to make a video about them.
I didn't expect this at all. I just wanted to go there. Like, after I made my tweet, a little bit later, I thought, okay, let me watch the video to see what everything that he says and what happens. Then I played a video, and suddenly he mentions you and me, and I'm like, I didn't expect this at all in this video. I don't know, but let's watch it if you want to, if you're ready. You want to react to that?
This is the video?
The video, yes.
Okay, yeah, let's watch it.
This is the video. I have the video right here. Let's see. So this is the video. Okay, this is the video. Here's the video.
How long is it, by the way?
It's 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right, I see it.
Yeah. All right.
You gonna pause it along the way?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala khatim al-anbiya.
He does have tears in his eyes, looks like.
Maybe. Can you hear this all right? Everything good?
Saleen wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Just recording this quick video, just first and foremost, tell all the brothers and sisters out there making dua, jazakumullahu khairan. Love the dua and the appreciation. I'm not able to get back to anybody right now. It's too many messages, so I'm just going to record this as a message. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah, I'm fine. By the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is fine. We had an incident today as I was downtown San Diego, and there was a guy in a truck that tried to yell any racist, abusive stuff. And then they call us terrorists, they call us names, but they're the ones that initiate. We go out to a park, we go out and give da'wah peacefully, we just share information about Islam. These people, they come out, they're unable to debate with us academically. We give them evidence from the Quran, from Sahih Ahadith, from their own scriptures, and they have no answer. So what do? They turn to this type of abuse, terrorism, and violence. So he tried to yell abusive things. I told him, come and face me. But as I was driving, he tried to tail me. And when I stopped at a gas station to put gas in my car, he parked up top.
Okay. A few things that I want to say so far. I don't know if you want to make any comment on this.
I'm just a little confused. Was he saying that this is a guy he argued with at the park, and then the dude?
No, I think he's a little bit shaken, and he kind of lost the.
It sounds like that's the impression he was given, that the guy can't refute him, so he followed.
No, I think what he was saying is that the guy yelled at him stuff from his truck, or.
Yeah, but he's starting off by saying they can't refute us with the stuff we're saying at the park. So it sounded like it was, which I mean, if the dude's at the park, then they would have video of that because they record at the park. So
no, I think he's just making I think he's telling the story first, and then he jumps into a thing like this is what they do,
All right.
without referring to the guy specifically. So the guy yells from his truck, raises stuff at him. So this is how it starts. This is why I have an issue with people saying this is just road rage. It doesn't sound like it. I mean, the guy yells stuff at him about Islam and Muslims and all that. Then he follows him. Then he goes into a gas station. The guy actually follows Uthman into a gas station, and then things erupt. This is why he says they can't refute us, so they engage in these things and that. Now let's go.
I went closer to him and I told him, if you have something to say, come say it to my face. When I saw him come out of the car, I recorded, and we have recording, and I'm going to post it. We're going to clip it and show you the recording. I'm going to give you a warning. He uses very foul language, so if you have children, be careful during that time.
Is that in this video?
Yeah,
in this video?
Yeah,
okay.
It is. He really uses some language, so everybody, this is only for mature audiences.
Muslims would ever use. In it,
did you just say Muslims would never use this language?
I try not to get. Yes, that's what he said. Yeah.
I only get about 10,000 comments a day that would refute that idea.
He knows it himself. We all know about Muhammad hijab, right?
This is not language we as Muslims would ever use. In it, he tried to attack me physically, and you'll see the altercation. And even though I punched him, and he was too cowardly to fight me like a man, he took a knife and he tried to cut me. Well, alhamdulillah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm fine. His attack did nothing to me. I went to the urgent care, and alhamdulillah, I'm perfectly fine. There is no issue. We're not stopping anything. We're continuing our da'wah. We're going to continue with what we're doing. We're going to Utah this weekend, continuing to call towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I'm in San Diego, I'm going out to the park. I don't need any security. I don't need anything else. I have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will protect us.
Going to Utah. Can I quickly have a quick take from here somewhere again to get to once more hear the sequence of things that happened?
He took a knife and he tried to cut me, and you'll see the altercation. And in it, this is not language we as Muslims would ever use. In it, he tried to attack me physically, and you'll see the altercation. And even though I punched him, and he was too cowardly to fight me like a man, he took a knife and he tried to cut me. Well, alhamdulillah.
Okay, so the guy followed him. Uthman got closer to him, said, if you want to say something, come and say it to my face. Then the guy came out of his car. Then an exchange, a physical confrontation happened. Then Uthman punched the guy.
Did the guy punch first? Because
it's unclear. I mean, at first I thought it was he who punched the guy, but now that I listened again, it's rather unclear to me, honestly. What do you think?
It sounded like it sounded like he punched the guy, and then the guy stabbed him or tried to stab him or something like that. I'm just wondering if the guy hit him first or something like that. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if a guy's throwing insults at you and you punch him, you're kind of in trouble too. Now he's got a point. If the dude's starting something and you guys are going to fight, you shouldn't be pulling a knife and stuff like that. I'm just saying if this is like investigated by police and Sheikh Uthman throws the first punch, they'll both be in trouble. They'll both be in trouble over this.
I mean, also the fact that he gets closer to the guy and says, if you want to say something, come say it to my face. I guess he would be told not to do that, not to engage in that, because he's just inviting the trouble. But can I blame him for that? I don't know. I don't think I would blame him for that, honestly. In the end, he is being approached and attacked and insulted by a guy. So,
the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm fine. His attack will continue with what we're doing. We're going to Utah this weekend, continuing to call towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I'm in San Diego, I'm going out to the park. I don't need any security. I don't need anything else. I have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will protect us. This person, he's not going to get away with it.
Well, pause it right there. He just said this dude's not going to get away with it. So that means he's like filing police reports and stuff like that. And so the police will actually investigate. We'll get the whole story, right?
Yeah.
Said he's not going to get away with it. So
can you tell me what you see in the guy's pocket here?
Does
it look like?
I don't know. I'm more interested in if something's in his hands. I mean, if he's coming at you with a knife or something like that.
Yeah.
If he's got a knife in his hands.
It is California though, so it's not Texas.
Bro, you're a fucking terrorist, dog.
I got you. Want to talk that
stuff?
Man.
Fuck you and your Muslim bullshit, dog.
You want to talk that
stuff?
I'm
an infidel. What's up, motherfucker?
You want to? You think I'm scared of you?
This is. So that's all we got.
Wait, that's all the footage? I thought they had like video of the stabbing or something.
I don't.
That's it.
Unless I really missed something very big, this is all I've seen so far. This is
has anyone else seen any more footage? Because
I mean, if anyone says that there's more footage, please post. But all I see is this. I mean, he says, "What's your problem? Let's talk." Then the guy comes and yells things at him. We can watch it again from the beginning.
I mean, based on this, for all we know, they were arguing for 5 minutes, and who knows what Sheikh Uthman was saying. And then the guy sounds like he's familiar with his videos.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying, because there are people who would do that, enrage someone else, and then start recording. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he did that. I'm not saying he did that. I'm saying I've repeatedly caught Sheikh Uthman lying about things, and so it's sort of a boy who cried wolf thing. Where
I agree.
Even if this is completely genuine, he's not misrepresenting anything. You kind of have to see good solid evidence. With that said, yeah, it seems like something's wrong with this guy coming at him like this.
Yeah, I mean, the guy clearly references Muslims and Islam and calls him a terrorist, and he explicitly says, "I seen your videos, you terrorist or something."
Yeah. Now. By the way, that little detail is important. That blood looks a little off there.
Yeah, this is
that. Does anyone else think? I mean, I've seen lots of blood. Does anyone think that looks like? I mean, I don't know, but that looks like fake blood to me. I've dealt with fake blood and I've dealt with real blood.
I don't want to make such an allegation. This is
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm asking for second opinions right now. When you showed that to me, I was thinking that looks exactly like the fake blood that we use, and it does.
There is a filter on this photo, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
there's clearly a filter on this photo, and I posted this myself and actually increased the brightness because it was too dark, and all that.
Okay, so maybe it's a filter issue, but I'm talking like mainly like not the actual wound. I'm talking about his hand, and then those kind of looks like a thumbprint beside it that looks like more like purple. So yeah, and again, I'm not saying that this is fake. I was just asking for a second opinion. Just as soon as I saw that looks like, I mean, especially if he's saying, "Hey, I'm fine," you know, he tried to stab me, but Allah, you know, praise Allah, I'm totally fine.
Let me see if I can quickly pull up a photo that was actually posted by them, not by me. Wait a minute, somebody else took the same thing that I posted. Muslim. That's very interesting. No, it's all the same footage. Okay, all the same. Yeah, so that's what we have so far. But we can continue watching the video.
Yeah. So I mean, based on what we've seen so far, this dude actually two things. One, the dude actually seems to hate Muslims, so that would make sense in the context of him attacking Sheikh Uthman. The other thing is, notice the guy said, "I've seen your videos," so this is not, and I saw the apostate prophet's videos, and the apostate prophet inspired me to come and attack you. This is, I've seen your videos, and I don't like you, and I think you're a terrorist. So this isn't other people have incited me. It's I don't. In other words, if someone saw you walking down the street, AP, and you know, if a jihadi saw you walking down the street and said, "I've seen your videos, you're insulted the prophet," and stabs you, then
I would say it was Sheikh Uthman, his follower.
Yeah, and you could and you could blame Ali Dawa and stuff like that, but without evidence, it could just be someone who doesn't like you and has seen what you do.
What do you think?
Unless that's changed, the entire, I mean, the closer you go on it, the entire thing looks fake. Now it's possible that he was actually stabbed, and then they sort of recreated the scene in order to make it look significantly worse. That looks totally fake. I'm not saying it is, because, you know, pictures can distort colors and stuff like that. But
okay, well, I don't want to jump to any conclusions first off, because I'm not sure about it. I wouldn't make any such assumptions.
And no, go back to that. I'm going full CSI here. The other thing is, where you notice up top, where's the stab wound? So the dark part looks like the closest thing you've got to an actual stab wound. So how is the blood going 6 or 7 inches up instead of just pooling down below? You see what I'm saying? I mean, did he get stabbed and then all of a sudden do a headstand for 5 minutes and let the blood run down? I mean, he's saying that the wound wasn't that bad, and so, but my goodness,
doesn't it look like there's a tear or something here though?
No, it doesn't. No.
What is this?
That looks like a fold.
Oh. It's an odd fold.
I mean, but you see right above that, you see the fold continues above the line.
No, I mean this.
Yeah, but look, then follow it up. You see the fold continuing
okay.
above that. See,
that's what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to play with the footage. I mean, I believe this is something that the police would be investigating. I don't want to assume that function or that job, but yeah. So yeah, do you want to continue? Okay, let's watch the footage again, actually, here to see everything that's going on.
Bro, you're a fucking terrorist,
dog.
I
got you. Want to talk that
stuff?
Man.
Fuck you and your Muslim bullshit, dog.
You want to talk that
stuff?
stuff?
I'm an infidel. What's up, motherfucker?
You want to? You know? You think I'm scared of you?
All right, we all agree that dude's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
And we all agree that if he stabbed Sheikh Uthman, he's wrong for stabbing Sheikh Uthman. And I would say he's wrong for stabbing Sheikh Uthman, even if Sheikh Uthman punched him in the face. Shouldn't be stabbing someone. If getting punched in the face is not. I mean, unless you're somewhere where someone's actually trying to, like, he's going to hit me and might just kill me or something like that, and then you stab him. If you're actually rolling up on someone at his window and stuff like that, then.
I mean, in all honesty, if I approached somebody outside that I've seen on videos or somewhere else, and approached them in such a hostile way with such words and said stuff like, "I'm an infidel, what's up, motherfucker," then I would, and went to his car, I shouldn't be shocked that this guy tries to defend himself or approaches me and punches me. So insofar, I just have a very hard time putting any blame on Sheikh Uthman here in this case, and I have to be completely, devoid of any biases or anything. I just think in this case, this guy looks like the complete, piece of crap. And the other thing is, now some people were saying that this whole thing was staged and that this guy was actually part of the plot. First off,
I don't believe that.
I would never start with such a conspiracy theory. That's such a messed up thing to do in response to an attack
Yeah.
that is just being reported. Secondly, the guy is clearly identifiable, even if he has a mask on. This is like I don't know, a piece of cake for the police, to figure out who this guy is.
Yeah.
If he has any, look. He corrects. His nose is visible. The shape of his face is visible. His voice can be easily heard. I don't know. It's just
all the local news would need to do is show that guy's photograph and say, hey, if you have any information on who this guy is, people would recognize the dude's face, the hat he's wearing. There, it looks like there's some sort of logo on there, maybe from a business or something. The area, so you could definitely find this guy. Staged, I wouldn't buy. Although, I mean, I can see why people would think that. I mean, you remember the note that they conveniently got this death threat while I was standing there. I was standing there having a discussion with Sheikh Uthman, and then, oh, look, we just got a death threat. And it's like, I don't remember what it said, but it's something, oh, Sheikh, we are mad about your dawah, and so you must stop it. Or so that looked obviously staged. This doesn't. I agree with you. This looks totally real. But we have to say, I would have to say, the attack on Hatun Tash, where she gets stabbed in the face. I mean, that looked, when you zoom in on a little bit, that looks absolutely brutal. I mean, it looks like he was trying to smash her face in. Fortunately, she only got a little cut, but like half the responses I got from Muslims said this was all staged. It was all staged. I mean, the dude looked like he was trying to take her head off when he swung at her. And they're saying this was all staged. But yes, I'm not going to do that. That dude looks real. He looks like an authentic dirtbag. And
here's the thing. I know how people think, and honestly, I'm disturbed and a little bit disgusted by how people respond to stuff like this. If I was attacked, by somebody in public, and I had the same footage basically, and the guy just said, "Hey, I know you're an Islamophobe, you're this and that," and then I'm stabbed, and this is all there is. I know that there would be a lot of Muslims, including known Muslims, who would say, hey, this is completely fake. You made this up. You're just asking for attention and this and that. And I would just be going nuts, because I would be thinking, man, this just happened to me. And all that my opponents can do instead of condemning this is to accuse me of making this up, and accusing me of lying. I mean, this is what they would do. In response, when something like this happens to Sheikh Uthman, for example, and I have no reason so far to doubt that this is real, then the same reaction should not come from his opponents. There is no reason, to me, given all the evidence that I have, to conclude that this is fake, that this is staged, that he paid somebody, that this didn't happen, that he wasn't indeed stabbed, and all that. All the evidence that I have points at the fact that an attack did indeed take place, and a report was also made. We will come to that also, of course, in a little bit.
Yeah, because
I have no reason to assume that this didn't happen.
He was saying I mean, let's all be honest here. If he said the guy's not going to get away with this, which means he would file a police report. So there should be a police report. There should be a police investigation, because police take hate crimes against Muslims. If this is, hey, you're a Muslim and I'm coming at you, then this would be a hate crime. They take that stuff very seriously. The media, we would expect, as soon as you give them the photo of this, they should be hunting the guy down. So it doesn't look like it would be difficult to find this guy. And so I'm wondering where the media is, because I mean, anytime someone just pulls on a woman's hijab or something, like, it's international news. If you had a Muslim preacher being stabbed in broad daylight in California, I would expect some to hear about it. You know what I mean?
Well, the issue is, I would say that there is a little bit of a difference and a little bit of a reason why people would hesitate. And when, for example, a random girl is attacked for her hijab, that is that can immediately go on news channels. The issue with Sheikh Uthman here is, I mean, let's be honest, let's admit it. The guy is a polemicist. He often asks for trouble. He often uses language that is very confrontational. He says things that are pretty bad. So it's not just some random imam or some random guy being attacked by a hateful Islamophobic guy. That's not the story that people can run with. It is somebody who's actually being attacked for being polemical and for having extremely problematic views. So
yeah, possibly, but I mean, if you're going with the dude, sounds like he just hates Muslims in general. So that's like that's your poster boy for an Islamophobe right there. I mean, you would expect them to be running with this story. And Sheikh Uthman, I mean, he gives dawah at the park. If this guy is following him around or something like that, and then starts something with him, even if the dude gets punched in the face and then stabs him, then I don't know, man. We should be hearing about this more. At least we're reporting on it.
Yeah. At least we are. I think there's one news article that I've seen so far. Anyway, let's move on.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you and your Muslim fucking bullshit, dog.
You wanna
Fuck
talk
you.
that
I'm
stuff?
an infidel. What's up, motherfucker?
You think I'm scared of you?
How do you set your camera down there? My goodness, man.
This is where he gets out of the car and says, "Do you think I'm scared of you?" That's one of the weirdest lines that I've heard, by the way. I'm an infidel. Anyway,
Is that
Inshallah.
he doesn't share the audio because you would at least be hearing what they're saying.
I don't know. I mean, why is there not more to this footage? I'm honestly, I'm not saying this because I doubt the situation, but dear Sheikh Uthman, I mean, please give people the full footage so that there's no more.
Yeah, even if it's just sitting down there and it's low quality audio because it's if it's recording audio outside because I mean just to be clear, I think this is real. I think the dude came at him. I believe Sheikh Uthman was stabbed. The blood looks fake to me. That doesn't mean there was no blood. It just means that based on him misrepresenting things in the past, I'm going to have some doubts. I would like him to do away with those doubts if possible. So no question, we could condemn the dude for coming at him, condemn the dude for what he says, condemn the dude for stabbing him, condemn all of that. But if he has some more details, then we can condemn everything more harshly.
Yeah. I contacted him too and said, "Hey, I genuinely want to give a response to this, to dispel all kinds of misinformation." I haven't gotten a response from him yet, but it would be. I'm here. I'm out here, and I'm completely after the facts and the truth. I'm telling this to Muslims, to non-Muslims, to Sheikh Uthman, to everyone else. Honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to deceive anybody. I'm here waiting for proper information for everything.
Oh, this person is going to get caught. If he's watching, don't think you're going to get away with this, right? We have your face. You're not hiding enough. We have your weapon that's been given to the police.
Oh, good.
They have the weapon?
Wow, that's good. That's good. I hope they catch the guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope they catch the guy. And if things are as Sheikh Uthman has said, I hope the guy goes to jail. And if he was coming at him like that, then especially if the other dude did something physically aggressive first. If he's saying, "Hey, see, if you and I are fighting, AP, if you and I are fighting, and something anyway, there could be various charges like assault and so on. If you say, if you're a Muslim and I say, 'Hey, you Muslim, blah 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 blah,' and then that's all of a sudden felony hate crime. That's a totally different category. So this dude would be in a lot of trouble."
Yeah, I completely missed that detail when I first watched it, but they have the weapon.
Report has already been filed. The detectives are on the case. Just like the other person who tried to attack us at the park, you're going to get caught. And know this, that you're a coward. You're a coward. You're a coward. You attacked me and then you ran from me.
By the way, I did get in touch with the police, and they told me that they are in touch with him. But we'll get to that.
And I mean, so it looks like the dude. I mean, it sounds like Sheikh Uthman hit the dude stabbed him and then took off running or something like that.
Yeah.
Jumped in his car, I guess, or whatever. And then Sheikh Uthman, the dude must have dropped his knife And then
What a
dude
stupid
leaves.
coincidence.
Dude leaves. Sheikh Uthman calls police, files a police report, and then so this is already in the hands of police. So that, by the way, if you file a police report, that is Freedom of Information Act. So you can actually get that and read it and share it, and so we can actually take a look at it and so on.
I think you can't really access names and all that. I think
No,
you can
that
only
will be there will be it will be covered up. That happened to us in Dearborn because everyone wanted, once we were arrested, everyone wanted the police reports and so on. But yeah, they redact any personal information, home information, and so on. Although I have to say they didn't do it with me, right? They covered everyone else's information and left mine in there, left my address, my everything in there. So it's pretty creepy.
You had a weapon, I didn't. Why'd you run? Stand and fight like a man. I'm standing there like my feet are planted on the pavement. You're running like a coward. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put us on the haqq and keep us on the haqq, and Allah will protect us, and we will use the means of the law that is in the land, because the law should not only be against us, it should work for us. Why is it that when we get called terrorists, why is it that they don't get called terrorists? Why is it that when this happens, David Wood, Apis, where are your videos now condemning this action?
Well, I hadn't heard about it, so I mean, if he's asking where our videos are when this is.
Wait. He made this video immediately after the event, and he's asking, where are your videos? He says this happened today. So he made this video when he got home and started resting and said, David Wood, Apis, where are your videos? Well, the information isn't even out there. Why is he asking this question? I don't understand that at all.
Where's your videos? This is like me. I mean, notice, because we can do the same thing, right? But I mean, there are tons of terrorist attacks every day around the world. We could very easily, every single terrorist attack, as soon as news is breaking, oh my goodness, why hasn't Sheikh Uthman condemned this terrorist attack? Is it because he approves of it and because he caused it? Oh my goodness, where's his condemnation? This is strange stuff. Where's your video, AP, condemning this attack that I'm announcing for the first time right now?
It's so weird. Like it's like something happens to me outside. Somebody attacks me or stabs me, and I'm stabbed. I'm on the ground, and I'm live streaming and saying, "Hey guys, I was just attacked. Help me! Where are your videos, Mohammed Hijab? Where are your videos, Sheikh Uthman? Why are you not condemning this?" I mean, does that make sense? I mean, I understand he's probably a little bit, shook by this whole thing and all that, and frustrated. But why are you and me the first things that he
the first thing in his mind? I mean, it's like, hey, I just got stabbed. Ooh, I can use this to attack David Wood and the apostate prophet. So let's and keep in mind that's not to downplay the attack. If you're actually attacked and stabbed by some obvious person who hates Muslims, you need to report that and so on. But if the first thought in your mind is, how can I use this against David Wood and the apostate prophet, you got some issues, dude.
Plus he name calls me, and he very obviously knows that he's name calling me. He's and then asking me, where is your condemnation? And it's just very strange. I mean, man, if that is your attitude, and I've seen this before, I don't mention him, I don't talk about him. But over the last half year, I've seen multiple times that he randomly mentions me, that he titles one of. I just before this happened, maybe the same day or maybe a day before, I saw that he has a video in which he talks to several Muslims about apostates, and the video is titled. The video is titled "A Warning to Apostate for Profit," and then he says in the video, when he's talking to those people, like, it has nothing to do with me at all. He's talking to them and saying, so people like apostate prophet, and I didn't even see this. Like, I just found that out, and that video was like 6 months ago. He just mentions me in passing and attacks me for no reason.
Yeah, that's
now he says. It's very weird.
It's basically smart marketing, right? Because we live in a time when, because of the avalanche of apostasy, the Muslim community is very nervous, and they're looking for who is going to defend their community and champion their religion and so on. So they're looking around for it. But the good marketing strategy, and you don't just see this on him. I mean, there are like dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of channels going after us Muslims. Oh, I'm the one who's exposing David Wood and the apostate prophet. But same as you, I've seen just random things, right? Like someone somewhere takes a shahada, and the thumbnail will be, David Wood is going to cry when he sees it. What do I have to do with that, right? These random. But keep in mind, it shows that there are, you know, we're among the people that the community is very, very worried about leading people out of Islam. And so he's putting himself forward as the one who's going to undo the work and so on. And so notice and after doing this for a couple of years, now it's just programmed into him. Anything you can use to go after David Wood and the apostate prophet. Do it. Oh, I just got stabbed by some jerk. David Wood and the apostate prophet. Where you at?
Dear Sheikh Uthman, I want to tell you, I heard like 2 months ago that you got attacked. Apparently, it wasn't a direct attack like this, but I heard that you got attacked, got in trouble. As soon as I heard it, I made a post and said, I condemn this. Nobody should attack people for their opinions, no matter how terrible they are. I still think you have horrible views, but I don't think anyone should attack you. You got attacked this time, unprompted. I immediately said, this is stupid. I condemn this immediately. I'm never for hate. I'm never for violence. I stood up for you twice. Both times that I heard something happen to you, I stood up for you. Would you do the same thing for me? Why do you keep attacking me? I'm not your enemy. Please stop. What's your problem?
Yeah, and I mean, think about this. The main reason, I mean, not the main reason, but one of the main reasons we blast away at the teachings of Muhammad is because they promote violence. So why are we going after Muhammad's teachings? Because they promote violence. Well, guess
Absolutely.
what? Guess what? That's because we're anti-violence. And so if there's violence against Sheikh Uthman, this is the United States of America. He has the freedom to stand in the park in a public place and preach his religion and criticize every other position he wants to criticize all day long. And he has the freedom to post those videos, to share those videos. And that should not be something that some loser is coming up and attacking him for.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's continue.
When somebody does this at Hyde Park to a non-Muslim, you guys make videos in a second, but Muslim blood doesn't matter to you.
Okay, did he make a response to Hatun Tash being stabbed?
One, I don't know, but I mean, think about this. You're not responding. This was literally the first time he posted it. And then I was in no position to even see it. I'm seeing it for the first time right now. And it's shame on me for not posting something before we heard of the attack. So somehow, this is the only way to please him. It sounds like right now we're supposed to invent a time machine. And then based on this information that we know, go back in time to before he announces that he's been attacked and post our video condemning the attack that he's about to announce.
No, we're supposed to go back to before he was attacked and say, oh, we just heard that Sheikh Uthman is going to be attacked. We condemn this. Yeah.
And that's notice, I mean, would we be that absurd to, like, as soon as it's announced that Hatun is attacked, why haven't Muslims condemned this attack already before it happened? This is weird stuff, man. Weird stuff.
It is very, and honestly, I mean, the thing is, non-Muslims, critics of Islam, people who satirize Islam are attacked and killed all the time. There are very few attacks, or there are no attacks on people who actually preach Islam. So that's why you will not see many condemnation videos from our side. Unfortunately, it's our people who criticize Islam, who are being targeted and killed and lynched and all that. So yeah. Sorry for that.
And you can recall when there are actual, like, real indisputable, like here it's, you know, we will condemn this and so on, but there have been far worse things like the Christchurch mosque attacks where dozens of people are killed. And as soon as we heard about that and found out what it was about, I mean, I think I did 3 live streams that night with like 3 different people. I think one with you, I think one with Robert Spencer and so on. And so
you went live for hours because of that.
We are against violence against Muslim. If it's ISIS or something, you do have to deal with ISIS. If someone is launching a terrorist attack at you or something like that, that's a different story. But just going out and, hey, this guy's preaching, I don't like his videos, to start something with him, definitely.
I reiterate this. This guy believes that I should be executed as an apostate. This guy believes that people should. This guy believes in offensive and defensive jihad, just like the guy that we talked about the other day. He believes that Muslims should spread Islam by inviting people or by fighting them and subjugating them. He believes that slavery is a legitimate thing. He believes in terrible things. Nevertheless, he is a preacher. I absolutely am against going out there and attacking a preacher. He might believe in terrible things. He might believe in horrible stuff. I simply am not in support of attacking him. Just as I am not in support of attacking, and I have no problem saying this, I'm not in support of attacking literal neo-Nazis who say that the Nazi Reich should come back and people should be, mass killed and all that. I don't think you should go out there and stab that guy in public. I don't think anybody for horrible ideas should be stabbed because they preach those things. People should be convinced with other means, with words, with reason, not with violence by vigilantes. It's not the way.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's good you've adapted so well to the values of the great country of the United States of America, AP. But at our trial in Dearborn years ago, I was able to talk to a security expert who trains agencies on security in very dangerous situations, and he was asked, if you have a KKK rally, in the United States, what is your primary objective? And he says, our primary objective is to protect the KKK because they are the most likely people to be attacked at something like that, right? Because so many people hate them. So he said, our primary goal is to protect the KKK. Now, there's something weird about that, right? When you're protecting the KKK, there's like some absolute scumbags. But it shows that he's actually focused on, hey, you have to protect people, even if they're saying some stuff that is really offensive to lots of people. And so, Sheikh Uthman, as you pointed out, this guy believes that same thing as Ali Dawa. If you were an Islamic State, you would have to be executed. And notice his goal is to eventually make an Islamic State everywhere. They want the entire world to be governed by Sharia. And so they want to create a world where you would be executed. And yet, in spite of that, you would say, stop stabbing this guy.
Yeah. Because it won't help. It won't help. It won't make things better. It simply won't make things better.
Your hypocrisy is going to be shown. Where are the news channels?
Aren't we here
And
condemning?
nobody wants to discuss this. Why? Because there's a double standard, but we're not going to accept it. My brothers and sisters in the world, alhamdulillah, they are with me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me. We will continue our da'wah bidin Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until Islam reaches every single home. Bismillah, alladhi لا يضر ما اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. We begin with the name of Allah.
Huh? Why did they cut? Is this like, was it actually from the beginning?
In whose name nothing can harm us. He knows everything. This dua, when we say this in the morning, I'm not afraid of anybody. Okay. I have tawakkul Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will continue the da'wah. We will continue to have breath in my lungs. If I have blood running in my veins, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. When I have no breath in my lungs, when I have no blood running through my veins, when I'm dead, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue this da'wah upon the rest of the du'at.
Okay, so that's it. That's basically it.
That's it.
So,
so good
what
reason.
we learn from this is that he will continue the da'wah as long as he breathes and has blood. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. I mean, we have looks like we have evidence that we definitely have clear evidence that there was some really angry, hateful dude there. I'd say we have pretty good evidence that Sheikh Uthman was stabbed. I mean, he's announcing that there's a police report on this and so on. So obvious, he wouldn't be saying that unless we could go ahead and confirm that. He says the police have the knife. What are you grinning at? What are you? I'm recapping.
I just saw a comment from a screenshot that you sent me earlier, and I saw something that it says, and it was just.
What'd you see?
It was just too shocking.
You can't crack up laughing like that and then not share it with the group. What did you see?
You sent me the screenshot earlier of somebody attacking. Wait a minute, where is it? Yeah. And the first thing I see, looking.
Oh yeah, Morningwood. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, guys. So you can check out the comment here. You can check out the comment. I sent AP this a little while ago. So this was I sent you this because this was the first I heard about the attack. I couldn't figure out what this dude was saying, right? This is the first I heard about it. And it's, hey, David Morningwood, how is your video about Sheikh Uthman ibn Farooq? This, I think he means hate. This hate comes from you. Watch your back. Next step is close. Now, the reason this is interesting is because this is a comment on the video. It's on me linking to the video where we discussed Sheikh Asim al-Hakim and him saying that they're going to violently subjugate the world once the Muslim community is ready. They're going to go door to door, knocking on the door, converts, or accept dhimmi status, or as he put it. And this guy responds and says, "Hey, David, Morningwood, blah, 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 blah. Watch your back. Next step is close." So it was Sheikh Asim who's saying the next step is to go door to door, and we're going to, give people these 3 options. And those who don't accept the first 2, they'll be killed. So this guy's saying, watch your back. Next step is close. But I mean, think about this, right? Because the people say to us, no. By the way, look, just look at the comment. This hate comes from you. So the hate against Sheikh Uthman, where the guy says, Sheikh Uthman, I hate you for your videos, in effect, right? I've seen your videos and I hate you because of your videos. So I'm coming at you. That's what he's saying. He's saying the hate comes from us, right? But notice, then he says, watch your back, next step is close. So he's threatening violence. Why? Because Sheikh Uthman tossed us into the mix like we're responsible. Yeah. So isn't that interesting? You got guys threatening violence against us because of Sheikh Uthman, but we're accused of spreading violence when we condemn violence. This is interesting stuff, man.
Absolutely. It's all the hate that comes from you. It's I have
morning wood. These guys are funny with their little insults, man.
That's the thing. I just opened the screenshot, like, okay, what is this? What is next? And then the first thing that I see looking at it is that. I'm like, wait a minute, what? But I saw a video from Ali Dawa. He made a video in which he sounds very angry. And now, of course, Ali Dawa is one of the dumbest people on the internet. So
That's
I don't
true.
expect very much thought from him. But he says something like, and recently, an apostate, a murtad, attacked a mosque in Canada. And this is why our religion commands that apostates should be executed. And I'm just thinking, dude, are you what word can I use? I mean, are you stupid, man?
No, and fortunately,
think about the series of things there.
Yeah, fortunately, I mean, we know they have their loyal followers who just mindlessly accept that and agree with them. That's right, great point, right? But most people, and even many Muslims, I would think they would immediately spot the insanity and the hypocrisy. Wait a minute, you openly say this dude has to be executed. You actually call for public violence against this man when you get in a certain position in society. He has never called for violence against you, but somehow he's inciting violence against other people, and your hands are totally clean, even though you're inciting violence against him. This is like the weirdest stuff, but I think most people can notice that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the series of events that happens there is they say apostate should be executed. Then an apostate reacts with anger, and then he says, look, this is why apostates should be executed. I mean, please, man, please. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what words to use. I don't even know if you can understand words. Please, man. Jeez.
Yeah, so
you were saying something. You were breaking something down.
What, when you, but you started cracking up laughing and ruined it all.
Yeah. So anyway, it's not important anyway. So I contacted the police because people were saying to me, this is fake, there is no police report and all that. And I thought I would normally not do this, but people kept saying stuff like this. So I thought, okay, let me contact the police and let's see what happens here. So I don't want to read the whole thing now, but I basically said I'm a YouTube content creator. I want to discuss this issue. There is a personality known as Sheikh Ibn Farooq who claims to have been stabbed and so on. What they responded with is a standard message, apparently, because others have been asking too. So they didn't specifically respond to my wording, but they said SDPD is aware of this video that is circulating on social media. So because people are asking about the video, they are saying we are aware of the video. We have been in touch with the Imam. SDPD takes reports of hate crimes very seriously. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.
Let me say, anyone who's watching this video, because other people watch it later on, and someone who actually witnessed something may be looking it up and may come across this video. So if you have any information on this, call Crime Stoppers and tell them you may need to be a witness in court at sending this dude to jail.
Absolutely. So the thing is, he didn't really answer my question, because my question was if the guy himself reported this to the police. So I followed up and said, "I'm sorry to bother you. I just want to get correct information to dispel misinformation. There are rumors. Can you confirm that the Imam himself did indeed report this to the police and that a report was made?" He said, "I can only confirm the statement I issued earlier, Adam." That's all he said. From what I get from this is that for different reasons, he is not able or willing to give me further information about whether the guy himself made the report or not. All he will do is to confirm that he is aware of the situation and that he is in touch with the Imam. So there is no rejection or confirmation of whether the Sheikh Uthman himself reported the issue or not.
Yeah, there should be a way to actually request via Freedom of Information Act the police report. You're allowed to have someone's police report. With that said, it's possible that it takes them a few days to, I mean, if they're still investigating and so on and still looking into things, they might just be taking a few days getting their paperwork all squared away and so on and getting it into the system, and they might be getting bombarded with requests for the info. So the point is it might take a while. It might even take a couple of weeks, but
I mean, I'm sure the San Diego police is not stupid, as others have pointed out, and I'm sure that the other departments look into this case as well, and they are in touch with him. If there was anything shady, anything weird going on, that would be pursued anyway. But so far what I see is the police says we are aware of the situation, we are aware of the video, we are in touch with him. I see footage of some piece of crap attacking him or approaching him with some very hostile language. I see a confrontation happening. I see a photo of him being bloody. I mean, I don't see any evidence to the contrary. Now, somebody said, I actually checked reports and I couldn't find any report. Now, I saw earlier when I went to the sheriff's page here, which is not the same as the police department's page, they say that I cannot specifically directly access reports unless I have some information or I am an interested party or something like that. If I'm wrong on that, and if somebody can access this report, and if they can find it or not find it as a result of this search, please give me evidence to that. I would like to see that. What I did do is somebody told me the address of where the things that are on the video are. This is the address. Now, when you look at the reports surrounding this place, there is a place here. Is this the actual? Oh yeah, there is a place here, 17th Street, which in the video, the guy comes from this direction, from 17th Street, and here it says assault with deadly weapon, not firearm, reported to the San Diego police.
that sounds like a knife.
3/23, 6:30. We don't know what 6:30 is. I checked earlier. It can be when it took place, when it was reported, or when it was put up here. That depends on what the police department does. But the time is accurate. The date is accurate. The place is approximately accurate, and assault with deadly weapon is a description for a knife. So that's what I find here. With that, I simply have no reason to assume that this is for some reason, fake or staged or anything.
Yeah, we're on the same page there.
Yeah. And that is what I think. With that said, there were some things that we wanted to say, but I'm not sure if we want to say them.
Totally up to you.
Now, we know that Sheikh Uthman is not a person who is, by any means a very peaceful individual who just goes there and preaches and all that, right? I mean,
That is correct.
Here is the issue.
He does seem to have a violent temper, threatening people who, and this is why I would like, just to be clear one more time, if this guy came at him and he jumps out, and even if he punches him, I got a problem with the dude stabbing him, even though I don't know what the law is as far as doing something like that. I'm thinking just in terms of what Sheikh Uthman said. That's my same mentality. Hey, you're a man. You're coming at me. Fight like a man. Don't be pulling a knife, and especially pulling a knife and then running. But it's if Sheikh Uthman throws the first punch, even though the other dude is still wrong, it is different from the dude physically attacking him first, and then Sheikh Uthman throws a punch in self-defense, and then the dude stabs him, because the dude is the aggressor the entire time, and there's nothing in there that Sheikh Uthman could possibly be in trouble for, or even be criticized for. Unless people are like, well, you shouldn't get out of the car, you should just drive away or something like that. You might want to point that out and so on. But with that said, we do have reason to think that he does get violent over mere insults. So if someone insults him, we do have reason to think that he will turn to violence as a solution to it.
And we have something here that people brought up before, which is an example of some very strange behavior on his part.
Relax, yeah.
Yo,
What's up, my friend? How do you?
what's wrong with your accent? You think it's funny?
No, dude.
You think it's funny, bro?
No, man. What is
No,
wrong?
don't try to make jokes here, bro. We don't play like that.
Okay.
We know you don't have that accent, right? You know you're trying to mess with us. We ain't some foreigners out here. You feel me? All right, take a Quran if you want, but next time you try to make a joke, I'll knock you out. You feel me?
Got it.
We ain't playing.
We ain't playing. So notice this was, I don't know what the dude did. Apparently he was imitating someone's accent or something like that. And Sheikh Uthman says, "You joking? Next time you make a joke, what did he say? He's going to knock him out or something?"
Yeah, next time I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. We're not playing. That's what he says. Because of a joke,
And by the way, that's amazing because I mean, Sheikh Uthman regularly insults people, calls people names and so on. But as soon as you insult him, apparently, hey, I'm going to knock you out next time.
I mean, the guy is joking and coming here, maybe joking in an insulting way. The first thing that he does is to, get big and and get in front of him. Which,
he walks around the table to come at him.
As we all know, is a provocative act. And he says, "Next time I'm going to knock you out." I don't even know. The guy looks like he's a kid or something.
And so,
Yo,
What's up, my friend? How do you?
what's wrong with your accent? You think it's funny?
No, dude.
You think it's funny, bro?
No, man. What is wrong?
No, don't try to make jokes here, bro. We don't play like that.
Okay.
We know you don't have that accent, right? You know you're trying to mess with us. We ain't some foreigners out here. You feel me? All right, take a Quran if you want, but next time you try to make a joke, I'll knock you out. You feel me?
Got it.
We ain't playing.
we ain't playing here. We ain't playing here, son.
I mean, this is not peaceful. This is not a peaceful attitude. I mean, to say, hey, you know what? We're not playing here. If you come like that again, I'll knock you out.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's a bit much.
That's over words, right? I mean, it's illegal for him to hit that dude over making a joke.
Yeah.
And so the point is, if that's how he reacts to insults, then it's believable until we have a clear series of events. It's possible that dude came over wrongly insulted Muslims. I'm talking about with the stabbing. It's possible that guy came over and wrongly started heaping insults and cursing Muslims and so on. And Sheikh Uthman reacted violently because we've just seen that he has that reaction towards insults. Again, would not justify the stabbing or anything else the dude did, but it would give a different impression than if the other guy attacked him first.
Yeah. So the point is, I mean, he's not necessarily somebody who avoids conflict or who is against conflict or who says, hey, let's not fight, let's not punch each other, let's not do these things. I mean, you threaten to punch some guy who comes there to make a joke that might be insulting, that might be racist, that might be something, and you just you threaten to punch that guy or to knock that guy out, and that is really not in line with the claim that you are against such things.
And by the way, it's totally hypocritical, right? He's saying, hey, I'm just preaching out here. I'm protected by the First Amendment. You, not the government can't come and stop me, and you can't attack me for my views. Well, guess what? The same argument applies to someone who's making a joke or someone who's tossing around insults. You don't get to assault people over something like that. So.
Absolutely. The other thing that we want to mention, now we have a history with Sheikh Uthman actually, and we have video footage of him. I think it's even part of his lectures where he does affirm his belief in defensive and offensive jihad. He believes in waging war for Islam. He believes in establishing Islamic law and executing people for their opinions and lifestyles and this and that, including apostasy, blasphemy. He believes in slavery and all that. So he doesn't even believe that I should be, fundamentally able to speak my opinion. if I went to the country that he is originally from Pakistan, I believe, right? I mean, if that's, I'm not sure if that's even right, but if I went to Pakistan or to Saudi Arabia or to some other country and I spoke out the way I speak out, and I said Islam is a nonsensical religion, it's illogical, it's dumb, it doesn't make sense, it's stupid. Muhammad was Muhammad did this and this and that. I would be before the law could even take matters into their hands, I would definitely be brutally lynched and murdered in the middle of the street by a by a crowd. And if not, then I would be taken in front of the law and would receive a terrible death sentence and would be executed. People receive death sentences for alleged blasphemy, let alone saying all the things that I say. So Sheikh Uthman doesn't believe that I should have the right to speak at all. He thinks that I should be executed because that is his worldview. He believes that apostates should be executed. He believes also, according to some footage that we have before, that he believes this. So to be absolutely clear, you agree that jizya should be imposed on all disbelievers, and if they refuse, they should be fought and their women and children enslaved. Uthman, later he said that this was actually somebody who
Yeah, we'll talk about that real quick.
Social media account. He said, of course, and I have already made all of this clear in my durus. Durus is studies, lectures, but you never reached out to ask me. So he is for jizya imposing on all disbelievers, and if they refuse, they should be fought and their women and children should be enslaved. This is his worldview.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after all of this, that when he believes all of these things that I have just said, why in the world would he ask me to come out and condemn violence against him? I simply don't understand this. I simply don't understand the
I understand it perfectly. It's a marketing campaign, right? He understands, hey, I'm calling out them, blaming them. This is a way to get my community stirred up, and this will make me more popular. That's clearly what it is. But on that tweet there, notice this tweet is one of the reasons I said, if he gives evidence for something, then I'll believe him. And I think we have evidence to conclude a number of things about his stabbing and so on. For other things, if it's just his word for something, I have a problem with it, mainly because of the aftermath of this. So this was tweeted from his account, and it was Al Mansour here who was calling him out for his views, and then he wanted him to clarify. And Sheikh Uthman said, yes, he agrees. Jizya should be imposed on all disbelievers, and if they refuse, they should be fought and their women and children enslaved. This is not from a critic of Islam. Al Mansour believes this. He's making sure that Uthman is on the same page. Now, after this, a while after this, there were people who were concerned about this statement, and it was during a live stream. He was asked about this, and he said something along the lines of, repeatedly said something along the lines of, yes, when I said that, blah, 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 blah. When I said that, blah, blah, blah. So, and then after that, later on, once it started being used as a criticism, people were pointing it out, saying, look what Sheikh Uthman says. That's when it came out that, no, I never said that. I just have like an intern who works for me, and he said it, pretending to be me. But I never said that, and I don't believe that. And so I made a video pointing out, wait a minute, you said that you said it in a live stream. You said that you said it. And I did not watch his response after that. And some his followers go, oh, you didn't watch his response. But I heard people said that what he said in his response is, but I never said I tweeted it. I never said I tweeted that. And so it's like, wait a minute. That's why I had no interest in even watching his response. Once you say, yeah, I said that, and then a month or two later you say, no, that wasn't me, and I point out, well, you said that, and then but I didn't say I tweeted it. So how else were you saying it if you didn't tweet the tweet on Twitter? So something like that. Again, I can't confirm that because I didn't actually watch the video. That's just what people said. They said, hey, he denied that he said he didn't tweet it. And that's exposed. But it really exposes the level of thinking of his followers that they will believe that, right? He could post a tweet that can circulate for a while. Then he can admit that he said that. And then a month or two later, he can say, no, I didn't say that at all. And he could point out he admitted earlier that he said it. And then if you point that out, he'll go, but I didn't say I tweeted it. And all his followers go, Alhamdulillah, Sheikh Uthman has refuted them again. This is wild stuff. Hey, your audio cut out.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I muted myself a bit earlier. In a screenshot, he even says, "Send me a private message so you can learn the usul of when to call someone."
He's asking for private messages.
Yeah, I mean, and this. Could this be somebody else? And here, you made a video on this, and you showed this part. I couldn't find this myself, probably because I have to dive deeper. But
Gotta do a deep dive.
Yeah, we have to. We have this too.
Let's see what he says, because I don't remember.
Wait, what's? Oh, I muted this. Wait a minute. Okay.
Amateur hour.
Uthman something.
Oh,
Hey, you Muslim?
How you doing?
So I saw Uthman's comment regarding the jizya on Twitter with this guy, and you mentioned that the people, if they do, he asked you a question, if the people do not pay the jizya, they should be enslaved. And you replied, you teach these sort of stuff in your lessons.
This would obviously be.
So he clearly knows what's going on, right? He nods and says, and then this guy.
But notice, this would be a perfect place to say, "No, I never said that. That was an intern. I got rid of that intern for saying these horrible things about me that I don't actually believe." That's what he should respond right here.
Yeah, and then we go on.
Sheikh.
So what happened is some dude on Twitter, some troll, I don't know who he is, but made a bunch of comments saying that I don't believe in jihad al-talab, and I've denied that there is jihad al-talab and this kind of things. And what I said is that
jihad al-talab is offensive jihad. By
notice what I said was. Yeah, go ahead. No, you might want to scroll back a little.
Clarified these views and what I believe in the durus.
Wait, who said that?
And what I said is
who?
And what I said is
a volunteer said it.
What I said.
That's strange. In this live stream, Sheikh Uthman says that he was the one responding to Mansour. But when I asked him about it, he said that he's not on social media and that a mysterious volunteer was responding to Mansour.
I had given up all my social media, right, which I did not respond to that personally.
Wasn't me.
So that tweet was not from me personally.
I forgot about this.
Somebody who volunteered to take care of the Twitter account made that post.
Wasn't me.
Apparently, Sheikh Uthman is his own volunteer. Please, explaining what happened, Sheikh Uthman.
People have misconstrued that by cutting off the top part of the commentary to say that I believe in things that wouldn't be necessarily what I do believe in. What I believe in is clear. I believe in the Quran and Hadith and Bab al-Jihad, including Jihad al-Difa', which is defensive jihad, and Jihad al-Talab, and how the rules and regulations of those work. We have durus, and we're going to have in Zad al-Mustaqni', and which is what I said in the part of the comments that people cut off as well.
Wait, who was posting the comments for Sheikh Uthman?
And which is what I said in the part of the comments that people cut off as well.
Who?
And which is what I said.
A volunteer?
And which is what I said.
Can someone please help the Sheikh here?
That if you want to know the details of how that works, watch the lessons. They're online. Everybody can watch them, and you will understand.
Okay, so what we get from here is obviously he says that he himself made those tweets.
It was his discussion.
It was in those tweets that he affirmed that he does believe in the Islamic laws and rulings and regulations, including defensive jihad and offensive jihad, jihad al-talab. And we know what that means. That means that you declare jihad against the neighboring disbelievers in order to invite them to Islam. And if they reject Islam, then they become your subjects and pay jizya. And if they refuse to do that too, then you fight them and enslave their women and children. That's what that is. So he clearly says here that this was him.
Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind, it's indisputable, right? I mean, he tweeted it, and then he talks about tweeting it and talks about the discussion and why he was tweeting it and why he said this and where people can get further information on why he said these things. And then as soon as it became a backlash, people started circulating this tweet. It was, I never did it. It was a volunteer, and that's what he told me. And to this day, nope, it was just a volunteer. And again, I haven't watched his response. Someone else can verify whether he was saying, but I didn't say I tweeted it. I said, yeah, I said it. And yeah, what I was saying when I said it, but I didn't say I tweeted it. And therefore, you've been exposed, David. And this really exposed the level of psychological conditioning on his community, that he can actually say anything. And I'm saying because I've seen it, right? I've seen it when we're reading Ibn Kathir right there in public. And he is literally saying that Ibn Kathir is saying the exact opposite of what Ibn Kathir is indisputably saying. I mean, there's nothing unclear about what Ibn Kathir is saying. And he is declaring in front of his followers that Ibn Kathir is saying the exact opposite of what he is obviously saying. And they're all agreeing with him. And it's like, what has he done to you guys, right? That you will just, yeah, I said it, but I didn't tweet it. And it's just, it's taken as a decisive refutation. But at the end of the day, here's how it works. There is a state of panic in the Muslim community over the avalanche of apostasy. And the community is putting their hope in certain people who are aggressive against people like us. And once you put yourself forward like that, it doesn't seem like you can do any wrong. You can lie right to our faces and they will cheer you on, because there's nowhere else to go for the community, right? You're their hero, you're their champion. Without you, they've got nothing. And so that's the state of the dawah.
That's the state of the dawah. I would really, I mean, if Sheikh Uthman is very concerned about calling out such attacks and condemning things, if he's really that concerned about us reacting to attacks and all that, if he expects us to react to attacks on Muslims like himself, you don't have to worry about that, Sheikh Uthman, or nobody else. You don't have to worry about that. I will say, hey, this is stupid. This is not the way to go. And you can see that I do that, because I do that, unprompted, without asking. I come out and say, hey, don't do that. Don't attack, don't stab people. It's idiotic. It doesn't work. It's horrible. It doesn't make the world a better place. I do this. I would ask of you, Sheikh Uthman, and others like you, to be consistent with your demands, and to also call out people who attack critics of Islam, to condemn them, to condemn all the terrorist attacks that were done in the past, to condemn the attack on the Charlie Hebdo headquarters, to condemn the attack on the teacher who was beheaded simply for talking about Charlie Hebdo caricatures in his classroom. That you condemn people who are lynched in Pakistan over allegations that they have engaged in blasphemy. I would ask you guys to come out and condemn Ali Dawa, for example, for saying that people like me should be executed and that he's proud of that. I would like you guys to come out and condemn all of these things. I mean, if you want to be against violence, if you want to be against terrorism, if you want to be against stabbing and attacks and all that, then be against it and show that. Please show it to us. I would love it. I would love it if all Muslim apologists turned around and said, hey, you know what? From now on, we are all against all kinds of violence. I would love that. Unfortunately, that is not the truth. So please, don't be hypocritical. Don't expect condemnations from us. Don't blame us. Don't pin it on us when you ask for trouble with your ideas and your opinions. Now, I'm not saying, I want to reiterate this, I think it was horrible that he got attacked. I would never condone that. I think it's terrible. But if you say extremely problematic things, dehumanize others, attack others, have very terrible beliefs, and something happens to you, and you don't even condemn attacks against others, then don't blame me. Don't blame me. Blame the guy who attacked you and take some responsibility and help us make the world more peaceful. But don't blame me. Don't blame David Wood. We are definitely not at fault here.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, the hypocrisy is just mind-boggling, right? No one who takes us as their, teachers or models or anything else is going to go around attacking people. You're not going to do it. You're not going to use violence as a tool. So anyone who goes out and says, hey, I don't like your videos, I'm gonna attack you, got nothing to do with us. You said something, and that guy clearly hates people. And so, yeah, yes, absolutely condemn that. But why in the name of common sense are you bringing our names into this, except for except for fame. Now, AP, just because he does have fans, because I've gotten the comments. I said you won, but there are comments of, you see, David, you must like this, you must approve of this, you must, because you're trying to shut Sheikh Uthman down. AP, we talk behind the scenes, we talk on the phone, we talk by texting. Go ahead and give people the behind the scenes info. When we're talking about Sheikh Uthman, Ali Dawa, Muhammad Hijab, do you ever hear me say, oh man, we have to come up with a way to shut these guys down, man? I don't know what to do. We can't let them be getting this information out there. How are we going to shut them down? Oh man, maybe we need violence. You ever heard me like that? Or and keep in mind, we did not discuss this ahead of time. I'm hitting you with this question right now. Or am I along the lines of, oh my goodness, these guys are the best things that could ever happen to us. All we need to do is help these guys keep promoting their views, and it will expose them more and more and more. And which one of those is G Wood behind the scenes?
People know this. I mean, this is I'm serious, no exaggeration. I'm not exaggerating. I said this before myself to people when talking about this. David, when we talk on the phone about Ali Dawa, Muhammad Hijab, Sheikh Uthman, and people like that, especially Muhammad Hijab and Daniel Hikikachu, for example, it's always very funny. David's reaction is always, let them talk. Yes, let them talk more. Hey, let's do something for them so they can talk more, so they can be more exposed, so they can be more, they can share their horrible ideas with more and more people. David is overjoyed whenever he hears that one of those Muslim apologists got some clout and some attention from the public. This is what he does all the time. We talk about how great it is that Muhammad Hijab was invited to these podcasts recently, and how he shared his opinions with the public. We want this because we want people
give him his own show on CNN. Him, oh man, dream team right here, dream team. Ali Dawa, Muhammad Hijab, Sheikh Uthman, and Daniel Hikikachu. Dream team right there.
Especially Daniel Hikikachu.
Yeah, and notice it's for different reasons, right? The people that you want being your champions, being the champions of the Dawah. Normally the people you want to get in the right place of prominence. You want narcissists, right? You want people with narcissistic tendencies. So Ali Dawa, Muhammad Hijab, and Sheikh Uthman are all in that category. They all have narcissistic tendencies. They can't handle criticism. They want fame. Interestingly, Daniel Hikikachu is not in that category. He's just brutally honest about certain things and wants to defend those things. So it's not because of the standard reason that you'd want someone in place. Namely, once they get in a position of power and authority in the community, and they become more and more popular, they will destroy everything around them, everything in their path. They will destroy in order to maintain the spotlight on themselves. Hikikachu's in a different area. It's just he's actually defending the things that we tell people Islam teaches and people never admit, and they have no clue about them. And he's saying, no, these. Let me tell you why Hikikachu is so valuable, right? When we say, hey, Islam actually calls for, he says you can beat your wives and this and this and this and this and that, right? So we say these things, we get called Islamophobes and bigots and so on. You have other Muslims who will admit that this is what Islam teaches, but the Muslims who don't believe in those things will just condemn that person. Hikikachu is valuable because he will defend it and actually give a defense that is persuasive to many people in the Muslim community. So now they feel safe about admitting that these things are part of Islam. So what will happen is it's very different from the previous generation of Muslim da'is and so on. The previous generation, they wanted to keep this stuff concealed from the world so they could do dawah and people would not know about these things, right? A new generation is coming up. If they actually believe they can defend it, they don't need to cover it up. And if they don't need to cover it up, they think they can defend it, all of a sudden it will become common knowledge that Muhammad had sex with a little girl and that you could beat your wives into submission and apostates will be killed and so on. All of this stuff will become common knowledge. And then we're all in a world where people are being honest about what Islam teaches, so we can have honest discussions about it. So that's the dream team right there. We got 4 in place. We need about 3 more, and once you get about 3 more of these guys, you can literally sit back and watch the show, because they will implode. And by the way, I know I'm talking for a long time, but I just wanted to point out, did you see recently someone sent it to me, I think on Twitter or something like that, Asadullah Ali, you know him? Did you see he said, "I'm done with this"?
Yeah, and he explicitly mentioned Daniel Hikikachu and said exactly what you just said. Basically, he said that people like him will be the downfall of all this, and it will implode soon.
So this is a Muslim saying exactly what, and how many years have I been saying this? That if you get these basically narcissists, again, Daniel Hikikachu is different. He's just honest, and he puts in a lot of effort into defending the claims of Islam. But the other guys are just narcissists. How many years have I been saying, if you put these guys in power, and they are going to end up saying some embarrassing things and misrepresenting things and attacking everyone who gets in their way. And then when you try to defend Islam against these guys, when you try to defend your own views, or when you try to say, hey, we need some reins on these guys because they're doing damage, they will blast you. Their fans will blast you. And because they're more popular than you, they will actually crush you. And you see this happening with Sajid, right? With Sajid's trying to speak up, saying, hey, these guys, Ali Dawah and Muhammad Hijab, these guys got some problems. They're doing a lot of damage with the holes in the narratives and everything else. They're doing a lot of damage and embarrassing us. And what happens? Everyone comes after him. They come after him. He starts getting blasted, and they're trying to get him it's basically they try to get him canceled. It's interesting. But then you've got Asadullah Ali, and he's just saying, this is so, he called it toxic. He said, this is so toxic. The dawah right now. He said, I don't even be part of this anymore. I'll do dawah in private and stuff like that, but I do not want to be out in this mess. And so, dude, it's working. You've got a band of narcissists and one really honest guy, and they are like anyone who's not like that is being marginalized. And wow, this is
Harris Sultan says they all score goals for us. He agrees with you,
guys. Take notes, because if you ever want to destroy a dangerous ideology, this is how you do it.
Here's the thing. I do think that Daniel. I don't want to attempt to diagnose somebody, but I do think that Daniel Hikikachu has some personality and perception of emotions issues that make him very different from the regular individual. And I don't want to be offensive here, David, but I do think that I see a lot of signs that he has an antisocial personality disorder.
Oh, yeah. Hey, don't be attacking people then. By the way, isn't it weird that I kind of like the guy, right?
I know I know you both can relate to each other because you're both psychopaths or something.
Yeah, it's like I disagree with his views, but I don't have any ill will towards him as a person. Like, first thing I want to do when I actually saw him in person was, hey, I wonder if I get a handshake here. And he shook my hand, knowing that he would get in trouble with that. And he's been in lots of trouble for shaking my hand. But it's funny because you and I talked about a clip that just went out where he was. People were asking why he doesn't insult me more, and why isn't he calling me a psychopath? And he goes, come on, he had a hard life. And it's like, wait, Daniel Hikikachu is more sympathetic than everyone else out there. And so anyway,
I think I might have saved that somewhere. I think I might have saved that video somewhere just to pull it up. But it was very. He's basically being accused of being very harsh against other Muslims because they don't act within his ideal frame of what a Muslim should do. But then he refrains from insulting you, and he even says, I don't want to say anything bad about David Wood. He has had a life and things like that. I don't know. It's very interesting. So I do think he has some problems, and I do think that's why you can relate to him. I do want to say just a few things, which are. I know for a fact that Daniel Hikikachu is so problematic with how he exposes Islam as it really is, that he even publicly, when Muhammad Hijab was telling me lies about how he doesn't think apostasy laws should be applied, he doesn't think people should be executed, he himself actually goes for a different option which exists within Islam, which is that apostates should be deported, relocated, not executed. And that was obviously a lie. Such a thing doesn't doesn't exist in Islam. It doesn't exist within Islamic law. It was Daniel Hikikicu who came out and said, when asked, he said, no, this doesn't exist within Islam. He said it. I went to Muhammad Hijab and said, hey, your brother Daniel Hikikicu, refutes you. He says this doesn't exist. Muhammad Hijab then in response to that told me Daniel Hikikicu is not a scholar. He can't tell me what is and is not true about Islam. So that's the response that he gave to him. And it's good to have Daniel Hikikicu around. He tells people the truth as it is. And I want to say, I did the world a great favor. I did actually, as I was chatting with Michaela Peterson, I did give her a recommendation that I want to expand on, of course, when I talk to her here on this channel later on. I did recommend that they should invite Daniel Hikikicu as a representative of, fundamentalism and Islam. I hope they will do that so that we can get some more exposure for the guy.
And it's cool because, and matter of fact, I think this is the main reason that I don't think of him the same way I think of others is. Most of the other popular guys, Ali Dawah, Muhammad Hijab, Sheikh Uthman, it doesn't take long to catch them lying and trying to deceive, right? I mean, with Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawah, that was my first impression. It was, hey, you have to agree to all these rules, and we're agreeing to all these, and they immediately just start violating them all, and this was clearly planned. So it's like you walk away and say, I do not trust this person at all. I mean, I do not trust this person. Same thing with Sheikh Uthman. Oh yes, when I said that in that tweet, blah blah blah, and when I said that, but I never said I tweeted it, so you've been refuted. It's like, okay, I don't trust anything you're saying. Do not really. I mean, happy to have a discussion or a debate or anything like that, but you better be giving me evidence for anything you say, because if it's just your word, I don't trust your word anymore. I've caught you lying. I've caught you lying repeatedly. And with Hikikicu, it's okay. Even if I think your views are horrifyingly bad, at least you're someone that I can have an honest discussion with, because I don't think you're automatically just trying to deceive me. For lots of other people, it seems to be like a virtue. If you're deceiving the enemies of Islam, this is just a good, positive thing. And so when someone comes along and isn't giving off that deceiver manipulator vibe, I don't know, just don't have the same negative reaction towards them.
Very, very well said. Well said. I'm still trying to find that one footage just because I found it so interesting, but I'll just give it up. Whatever, man. So yeah, well said. Well done. Anything else that we want to address before we jump into the super chat for another 3 hours or so?
Oh my goodness. Nope. I think I'm totally good. And after you finally finish with all the super chats, guys, no more super chats. He's using this to torture me. I'm gonna get back to making videos.
I have to correct you on one point though, on Daniel Hikikicu. I think you're correct. He is not childish like the others. He is a little bit different. He's not very desperate. He did tell me on one occasion per private message, please make more videos about me. You are giving me views or something like that. And there's just one sign of that,
And that's by the way, notice that's the same idea of Sheikh Uthman, right? If you can get a reaction, then you see, oh, they're making videos about me. That's how important I am. You see, everyone support me, support my dawah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. But as said, I think the guy has a serious problem.
Why do you keep talking trash? Wait, are you talking about Sheikh Uthman? Are you talking about
no,
Daniel Hikikicu?
I'm talking about Daniel Hikikicu.
Hey, quit talking trash about Daniel Hikikicu, man. Respond to his views, his claims. Feel free to criticize his claims, but about the man, do not say anything.
I'm really glad that you found a new friend, David.
He's my buddy. He's my new BFF.
All right. Crusader General said the attacker is an FBI agent, and this incident was a red flag fake out to give support to Biden's narrative of Christian white males are the biggest domestic terrorist threat. Is this supposed to be a troll super chat? If so, good. If not, what is going on?
When we were talking about hoaxes earlier, see, because there are people who actually believe this. When there's a school shooting, they think it's a hoax to take away guns and so on. When that jihadi attacked a gay nightclub in Florida, I got tons of messages saying it was all staged and so on. I'm thinking, do you seriously think dozens of people are gunned down and it's this big thing in the community and all these people are involved in the investigation and it's just a big trick to take away your guns, right? So people actually do believe these mass conspiracies.
Yeah, and this is insane. I'm sorry to say this, but this is an insane take on the issue here. It's a terrible claim here. If this is serious, I can't even tell. I hope he's just trolling, but this would be insane. And even if that, I mean, imagine this incident didn't even get any coverage or anything at all. So how could this possibly be true? But if it's trolling, then it's some very good trolling. Waleed said, didn't say anything but made a super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Steph R. Ago said, anyone who thinks that Hatun deserved to be stabbed in the face in an attempt to murder her are legitimately insane. Major lack of moral awareness. Absolutely.
Hey, but by the way, because we were talking about this earlier, but I got tons, because I posted a video about it, but I got tons of comments that it was staged. It's actually a Christian, and to this day, every single day I get this was staged, or this was a Christian. And then the next most common comment I get is, she deserved it. She deserved that and worse. May he do a better job next time. Things like that. And then the comment I get least is condemning it from Muslims, right? There are Muslims who condemn it, and I think lots of Muslims around the world would condemn this sort of thing. I'm talking about the ones who are online. It's either it's all staged, it's all fake, or she deserves it. But notice, when you say she deserved it, and it's so common to say she deserves it, that shows why you get the stabbing. It's such a common view that anyone who criticizes your prophet deserves violence.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree very much. I don't know. Some people ask me why don't I condemn something that Sam Shamoon posted, or something that this other comedian guy posted about this incident. Why am I supposed to condemn everything that anyone does, even if it's somebody that I came together with or talked with or associated with? Why do I have to condemn everything that somebody does, which I might find repulsive or idiotic or stupid, and which I might disagree with? I mean,
yeah, again, as long as you have consistently condemned violence against people, that's it. Why haven't you condemned this? I already did. I already have. I've been doing that my entire career as a YouTuber. We've been doing that.
Yep. I clearly say I think it's very stupid to assume that this is staged or fake. That's what I say. I think this is stupid. There is no reason for me to come to that conclusion. I find it absolutely ridiculous to make a huge conspiracy theory out of this, and I find it extremely terrible to say that Sheikh Uthman deserved this. This is very clearly my position on this. I don't have to go after everybody who disagrees with that and say, hey, wrong. I condemn you. That's just idiotic.
Oh, but by the way, AP, we did not talk about this before, but if Sheikh Uthman would like to join us live to discuss this, open invitation, right?
He can join us live right now.
Sheikh Uthman, we know you're watching. You're free to join us right now.
Sheikh Uthman, I would love to have a conversation with you on this. I know you might think about me whatever you want, but you see that people are very divided on these issues. You know my stance. If you want to join me for a discussion, private or public, come, let's talk. If you want to join right now, live, please come appear. Let us talk together. And you can say whatever you want. Nobody's going to mute you or kick you out or whatever.
Hey, video tomorrow from Sheikh Uthman. David Wood and AP refuse to condemn the attack, say they approve of it, and will not agree to have a discussion with Sheikh Uthman and all his followers. Oh my goodness, you see what they're doing.
After I made a condemnation video, I saw this one channel came out, said, and all the Christian apologists and the ex-Muslims, David Wood and others, they are not saying anything about this because they know that I made a video about this, so they're not mentioning me by name. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Daryl Duckworth said, where was he treated for his wound? Did he say that in the video? I don't know about the details, but I mean, we can speculate forever. It's just
we see the report. I'd have to see it again, but I think he mentioned going to the hospital or something like that.
Yeah. Lindsay Mary said he's complaining about the news not reporting on this, but here's what the SD Tribune has to say about him. Attempts to reach Sheikh Uthman on Friday were unsuccessful. I saw that too. There is a news article in which they said that they could not reach him for further clarifications.
They can just walk up to him tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they could possibly. Yeah, though I don't know if they do that, but yeah.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, you're a reporter. You go around gathering information.
Yeah. So, dear Sheikh Uthman, you know how to reach me. You can join us live right now. I have all the time in the world left. I know David doesn't, but I don't really care. Daryl Duckworth said, "Is there a penalty for filing a false report?" Yes, there is. Absolutely. You can count on that. D. Boudreau said, the San Diego police only said they are aware of the video. Nobody has corroborated anything. Yeah, but it's just a standardized response where they are reacting to a video that is going around on the internet. So people are asking about it, and they are saying, yes, we are aware of the video, and we are in touch with the imam. They didn't even give me a personalized, specific response to my actual email. They just sent me that standard response. So that's what they would say. Hey, we are aware of what's going around and we are in touch with him. So I take that as sufficient with everything that I have seen. Daryl Duckworth said, did he file a police report? I'm not asking you what you think, by the way, David. Sorry for that. But it's okay. I forgive myself. Daryl Duckworth said,
well, you're a psychopath. So.
Daryl said, did he file a police report? Apparently he did. That's what he says. And apparently there was a report filed. So Amateur Ant said, what stage isn't the confrontation but the stabbing? Show me the hospital bill. I don't believe this at all. Honestly, people did ask such things of me before. Can you show me the bill? Can you show me the ticket? Can you show me this? I will not tell somebody to show me their hospital bills. It's a weird thing to do. What do you say, David?
No, I'd be happy with the police report.
Yeah. Das gut. Das gut. Das gut.
Das ist gut.
Das ist gut. Oak Tree made a super chat of $100. I really appreciate this. Now I will keep this up here forever and will not read the other super chats.
Good. No more super chats. Great.
Said AP, you need to change the title to Answering the Drama of Sheikh.
Shaky Sheikh.
Oh, Shaky Sheikh. There is no need to drag you and David Wood because of his foul mouth. Yeah. I can't complain though. I mean,
no. And that, by the way, that's why I didn't jump on responding to it. It's clear what this whole thing is trying to drag us into it to increase his own popularity. But we can also use that opportunity to expose some of the problems. And so that's why I don't have a problem jumping into it.
I don't have a problem with anybody mentioning me or using me or whatever it is. I'm okay with it. I will sit here and respond, and I will sit here and talk about it.
Hey, AP, I posted. I've said before. Idolatry isn't. And I read something similar somewhere. I don't remember where from. But idolatry isn't just inventing false gods. It's inventing false devils.
Oh, and
so when you could literally get stabbed and the first thing you think of is AP and David Wood, it's like they idolize us in a different way. You know what I mean? We're like constantly in their thoughts. As
it's very weird. I think there are some channels that only focus on me and exclusively make videos about me all the time. And I think to myself, if I cared about myself as much as these people care about me, maybe I would be much more successful. I would be so different. But yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you said no more. Oh, liar!
Liger System said too good. There are 50 more super chats. Liger System said too good of a cam. What an objection. Stop Skipping Man said the stabbing should be condemned to the nth degree and the perpetrator hunted down. This said, I wish Dizzle's expo on Uthman supporting a renewal of expansionist wars and slavery got more attention. Me too.
You know, it's funny. I make a video like that and I never watch it again after I post it, but then I forget about how funny it was, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and then watching it here is like I was watching it for the first time. That's
I
funny.
know.
He
I
said
just,
what?
I saw it today or yesterday when I was checking all the information to fact check everything, and I found it funny. JH said, "Why do you continuously bow down to your Jewish masters?" Well, it's fun. That's why.
Yeah, we love it.
Apollo's Christian Apologetics said, Ali Dawa makes videos saying Hatun's attempted killer was a claimed Christian, a non-Muslim, although he goes to mosque and has a Muslim name. So could this attack still real be from a Muslim? Anything could be the case. We never know. They did say after the last confirmed attack on Hatun that it was indeed a Christian, which was just so deceptive. The guy, we don't even know who the guy was. And the first time she was attacked, they said, "Oh, it was a Christian," although obviously it was a Muslim.
Yeah. Well, that's because when police snatched the guy and are taking him away, he goes, "What are you talking about? I'm a Christian." He was clearly trained to say that.
Yeah.
But Muslims, including Paul Williams and I think Halal Homer, later posted, said, we can confirm the guy is actually a Muslim.
Yeah.
But notice as soon as it became popular to say that he was a Christian, again, to this day, I hear that both attackers were Christians. It's Christians who are really upset about Hatun saying these things about Muhammad. Yeah.
To this day, Ali Dawa still says that the attacker was a Christian. He still says it, and he is fully aware. There is no way he missed it. He's fully aware that the attacker was a Muslim, that the whole Christian thing was actually a hoax. He must be fully aware, unless he is. Well, he's also very stupid. We said that before, so I'm not sure what to
say. But that's the thing. The Ali Dawa, Hijab, Sheikh Uthman, you keep catching them lie, right? And then they lie in situations where it's obvious they know they're lying. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's just hard to take them seriously.
Yep. Very, very hard. I just read that. Amateur Ant said, I never saw a stabbing. I saw a white guy saying crap, but no stabbing. Show the video. Show me the money. Show me the hospital receipts. Yeah. I said, I am, with all the evidence that I have, all the evidence just points at, okay, it happened. Something happened. I don't have any evidence to the contrary. I won't jump to such a conclusion. Latina Apostate made a super chat. Thank you so much, Latina Apostate. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Chad Parsons said, to be fair, it was a San Diego stabbing. The last time I stabbed somebody in San Diego, it was only 8 stitches and the charges were dropped. Wait, the last time I stabbed somebody in did I read that correctly?
You might be. I don't know if he's joking or what. I have to say, because I've been to San Diego multiple times. You walk down the street in San Diego, there are people literally smoking crack and shooting up right there on the street, and they don't even stop them anymore and stuff. So it's an area where you need to be careful.
Oh yeah. Well. What are you gonna do, Harris Sultan? I already read that.
Why'd you skip him?
Harris, I already read this. But shout out to Harris Sultan. He has a very good channel. He continues to making videos. Very nice stuff. Good stuff. Wardoon said, "Hi, Apostate Prophet. I like that Omar." Oh yeah, you like this shirt, Amor Fati. I say that's my Amor Fati shirt. I like that Omar Fati t-shirt. It's a philosophical principle I wholeheartedly believe in. Uthman is a hypocrite reincarnated. You said it, not me.
Definitely a hypocrite.
Definitely, yeah, hypocrite. Definitely, yeah, sure, of course. But thank you for appreciating my shirt. It says I'm a fatty. Arabian Princess made a super chat and said, "Hey AP, when will you give your heart to Jesus? It's all fun and games until the end hits us. God bless you and your family."
Amen.
I don't know how to give my heart to anybody. I don't know how that works, but yeah.
See, because you atheists have no heart.
Yeah. This is proof. See,
proof. You see.
I appreciate your well wishes, Arabian Princess.
Hey, here you go. Doctors have confirmed. hey, Zakir Naik. And there is a scientific thing that atheists do not have hearts. It's been confirmed, and I am a medical doctor.
Oh boy. Arabian Princess, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. I cannot, unfortunately, only give my heart if I know that there is reason to give my heart to something. So I know that David cannot give his heart to anything, and he's jealous right now that I can give my heart to things, but that's fine. Canadian Catholic said, David, are you and Sam Shimoon still on good terms?
No. Notice I have not said one word about it. Someone else has a bunch, but yeah, not interested in commenting on anything.
Good enough. YouTuber made a super chat and did not say anything, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Canadian Catholic said, either AP or David Wood, why are you guys never available to appear with me? Have been reaching out for a year or so. With you? Is that a YouTube channel?
Do not know, but you're Catholic, so AP won't like you. Why is
Excuse me?
Why is AP an anti-Catholic bigot?
Look at this. Look at this.
There you go.
Do you see this?
Refutation noted.
Refutation here. David Wood exposed, debunked. See? I don't know why I have that with me. It's just I like having religious symbols around. It's fun. But yeah, I mean, I would. I totally would. I would appear with anybody who has something to say. So, SC said, please zoom in the first video why the shirt by the. Yes. I think I did do that.
Yeah, you did.
I did do that. I did do that. I don't know what the comment means, but I did that. YouTuber said, why have all these debates? All those Abrahamic myths are borrowed from previous myths, and everybody's arguing over the same thing. It's pointless.
You see, this guy clearly is inciting violence against Christians, Muslims, and Jews.
Against all Abrahamic religious
This
people.
is the guy who's responsible for the attack on Sheikh Uthman.
He's responsible. He is also responsible for when I will be attacked one day. Yeah. Will be. Aldo said a police report means nothing. Look at Smouillet.
Juicy Smouillet, famous French actor.
Have you seen that? You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
You must have seen that, of course. Yeah. Frodo said, AP, I DM'd you on Twitter yesterday with video of Mojab admitting I saw that. I often see things that people send to me, whether it's emails or private messages. Most of the time, I fail to respond because I'm such a miserable human being who is not very well organized. But I acknowledge it and I see it and I often act upon it. So I have seen that as well. I DM'd you on Twitter yesterday with video of Mojab admitting he chats with Asim al-Hakim. Please press him to clarify his stance. Dawa gang are quiet because they respect Asim. Michaela Peterson ought to know too.
And it is important. I mean, think, AP, you, me. If I had a buddy who's a Christian who calls for the violent subjugation of all non-Christians and says, man, it's, let's just keep preaching. Let's just keep preaching the gospel. And as soon as we get the numbers, we're going to go around, we're going to go door to door saying, hey, you either convert or you pay us, or and if I just seem fine with that, and hey, here's my buddy, or if you knew an atheist who was preaching, hey, all these Christians, these Muslims, these Jews, all these people, you know what? As soon as we get our numbers up, we're going to go door to door saying, hey, become atheist or pay atheist, or Muslims would be shouting this stuff from the rooftops, but this is, it's hard. It's why it's hard. It's why it's hard to take seriously. Hey, do you guys condemn this? Of course we do. We have always consistently condemned violence. But they're all buddies with. Yeah.
I got private message this morning from Jake, the Muslim metaphysician. Everyone knows who some people know who this is from Thought Adventure podcast. We have a little bit of a past. He sent me a message this morning of nothing but a link. Last night he sent me a link of a video of a mockery of Sheikh Uthman, which basically depicts him as this weird little guy who also stabs himself and then pretends that this was the fault of David Wood and apostated the prophet and things like that. It's a funny skit, but it's a terrible thing to do, in my opinion. And he basically sent me per private message the link, and I was like, why are you sending me this? I condemned the attack. And he said, do you support the video that I sent you? I said, obviously I don't. I think it is grotesque. That's all I can think of. I think it's grotesque, this whole act of depicting Sheikh Uthman as this poor little Arab guy who stabs himself and then blames David Wood and the apostate prophet. It's grotesque. That's what I said. And then he's like, but you have done videos associating with Sam Shamoon because he shared it. So why are you not publicly condemning this? Did you openly name and condemn this behavior? I mean, dear Jake, I didn't respond to you personally yet, but why is this something that you guys expect from me or from David? But your people here, your scholars that you associate with, that you befriend yourselves with, say horrible things about the public, about me, about David, about others. They make horrible statements. They say in 40 to 50 years, we Muslims might be strong enough to wage jihad and to enslave the disbelievers and so on. But you guys don't condemn that at all. You don't make a sound. But then you expect us to issue a condemnation over some joke video? Are you kidding me, man? Seriously. I don't know what to say. Yeah, so that said, people keep making super chats. They just try to annoy you.
Yeah,
David.
you can't do it forever.
What?
We'll prove you wrong. $5.
NJ Duke said AP was the very first one to tweet about it. Yeah, I made a tweet about it immediately as soon as I heard about it. So don't come at me, bro. Don't come at me, bro. Coach05 said, I'm tired of the explanation of the sun setting in a muddy spring as a metaphor. It's a metaphor or what? Why is this in the Quran? I mean, I've talked about this forever. People are sick of it. I am sick of it. It's very, very obvious. The sun goes into a muddy spring in the Quran. Muslim scholars did not interpret this as figurative until 500 years later. And we have multiple reports in which Muhammad clearly describes that the sun goes somewhere at night and comes back in the morning. And one day it will not come from that direction, but it will go to another direction because Allah will tell the sun to go back where it came from. I mean, it's just very obvious. Muhammad has a stupid understanding of how the world around him functions. And Muslims, of course, cannot accept this, which is why they interpret this as metaphorical, which is stupid. But hey, we have talked about it forever. Yeah. What do you say, David?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate
You've already been through this.
Yeah. Thank you.
See, you've gone through all of them and you're recycling them now.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
You already read this. See, you've gone
see?
through them. You've gone in a big circle.
You see, Karen Thompson said, I'm so sorry this happened. I don't like to see anyone hurt. Fibbin's a drama queen. You can't combine those two thoughts.
They seem separate. Those should be separate super chats.
I'm sorry this happened. I don't like to see anybody hurt. Later, Fibbin's a drama queen. Okay, acknowledged. So this is a terrible thing that happened, but he's also a drama queen. Okay, fine. I acknowledge this. Imperial said, Uthman condemns apostasy according to Sharia law, yet he immediately asks apostate to condones apostasy according to Sharia law. That's what it should be, I guess. Yet he immediately asks an apostate to condemn his own stabbing. What double standards? Yeah, seriously. I mean, honestly, we talked about this. Sheikh Uthman, do you believe I should be executed? If so, why do you want me to condemn the attack? Although I will do that, but still. Seriously, bro. David, learn from Harris Sultan how to do Zakir Naik properly. He does the best Zakir Naik parody.
I don't know. Vidu Vids did a
yeah, he
awesome.
Was amazing. He was doing it amazingly.
Yeah.
Amazingly. Go Vidu Vids. I think he re-uploaded or opened up his channel again. Vidu Vids. He makes amazing skits and he does some fantastic Zakir Naik impressions. It's hilarious. Marilyn Murphy said, from their fruits you shall know them. Dawa Gandhists are purveyors of rotten fruit. This is from the Bible, right? This is from the New Testament, right?
That's how you spot a false prophet.
Yeah. You know it. That's how you spot me, for example. I'm a true prophet. Masihi Muslim said, talking of heart, the Quran states chapter 57, verse 27, God placed in the hearts of those who follow Jesus compassion and mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So please. Shannon M said, yes, AP, Jesus loves you and wants to save you. You have never started living till you come to know Jesus. He gives life meaning. David, God bless you, brother, and keep up the good work. Thank you. Appreciate it. Latina Apostate said, thank you both. Without you both, I would never have taken the decision of leaving Islam. Hopefully my husband can one day wake up and leave Islam. I wish you all the best, and I hope that too. I send you thoughts and prayers. I don't, but I hope all the best.
Too late. You're a Christian now. You're a Christian. Ha ha ha.
Dude, what the hell is going on here? People took that seriously. The last Adam said, we are at war against the ideology of Islam. Make no mistake about this. Absolutely. That said, don't stab people. Don't stab preachers. Wardoon said there's a lot of smoletism in Islamic apologetics and activists. Quite few previous high-profile attacks and Islamophobia were proved to be false. I agree. Nevertheless, I don't have any reason to doubt the one that we are currently talking about. There are still about like 60 super chats or so.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, it's just 10 or no, it's just 2. Okay, there's only 2. Okay. Rubler said nothing and made a super chat. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. And Kidani the Alaskan said this is just a waste to wait. This is just to waste y'all's time. Fantastic.
You're not an Alaskan saying y'all, man.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's fantastic.
That's some country stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for all the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. I don't know. Yeah, you're wasting everyone's time, and I love it. I mean, that's how we support the channel, by wasting David's time and supporting this channel. So if you want to support this channel, make some more super chats. Make some more super chats. We will be here. We will be forced to be here. I don't think so. I think David has to go. Okay. Well, I think we have covered everything, right, David?
And you're making the video way longer, so no one's going to watch it.
Yeah. Abigail Carrera said, why are you hanging out with Christians? Because I want to. And
good point. Good point.
The Squid Sauce says, AP, start highlighting comments to waste more time. That's what I was just doing.
You can do stuff before you hear about it, right? So Sheikh Uthman was right. You should have condemned it before you heard about it.
And that's what I was just doing. And I accidentally highlighted that comment, which points out that I should be doing something which I was just doing. Yeah. Miss Idemir, that's my wife, said it's not stab away from Islam, it's stay away from Islam.
Excellent point.
Excellent. This is why I have a
change one letter though, and
yeah, this is why she's my wife. See?
Yeah, maybe that guy misread your stay away from Islam and thought it was stab away from Islam. So maybe you are responsible.
Huh. Tatiana said, stay away from Islam. Thank you for and she just made this in advance to correct that mistake. We are prophets here. When will you two make a Life of Muhammad movie with Saitan? I'm actually in contact with that guy, with Saitan, right now, because we are preparing something about Muhammad, a cartoon series. It's kind of stalled right now because I'm trying to get back to it with him, but we're actually working on something that will be quite funny. But with that said, thank you so much, everybody. We will leave now. David,
what's up?
The word is yours.
We condemn violence. That's all there is to it. But I have to say, in situations like this, if there's an attack, which we condemn, do not think that you will use the attack to silence all your critics. That's a coward's move. We talk about cowards. It is a coward's move to say we will use this to silence all our critics. Coward's move, punk move. Don't do it, Sheikh Uthman.
Yeah. I was scared you were going to say something terrible when you said we condemn violence, but
we promote it too.
No, again, I said it before anybody asked me. I said before anyone demanded from me. Don't stab people. I'm completely against violence, completely against hating. I can't tell anybody to not hate people. I mean, it's up to you, whatever. I don't care. But don't use violence against preachers, against people for their opinions, no matter how bad they are. I absolutely could condemn it. Don't condone it. I think it's ridiculously stupid and counterproductive. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. But no, but I would also wish that people condemned violence against everybody. I would also wish that Sheikh Uthman condemns violence against the enemies of Islam. Thanks, everyone. Have a fantastic day and stay away from Islam. Oh, wait, I didn't push the button. Wait. Stay away from Islam.